Hello there and welcome to the Nabes Kitchen. So today I have something special for you. Raining from Haiti. Yes, we're making rice. This one is called Diri Djon Djon. So it's a black mushroom, rice, and green peas. So yummy. I'm excited. It's my first time ever trying this dish. So I cannot wait to see what the outcome is like. Let's get into it. One thing I discovered about Diri Djon Djon is that the black mushroom or the Djon Djon is just like dawa dawa in aroma. And so I'm really excited to see how this is all gonna come together. So this is an essential ingredient in making Diri Djon Djon. This is also how we're going to get the rice pigmented with that black hue. So this is the essential ingredient. We need about a cupful of Djon Djon. We're gonna be needing some basmati rice. Any long grain rice you like to cook with will work. So you can also use jasmine rice. Also need lima beans. I'm adding green peas, and these are both frozen. We need a small onion, and we also need a bouillon. I'm using vegetable bouillon. We're going to be needing these aromatics, fresh aromatics. I have flat leaf parsley, scallion or green onions or spring onions. I also have fresh thyme, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 green habanero chili, and we're going to be seasoning with some Maggi seasoning as well as salt and crushed black pepper. We'll be needing some butter and olive oil to start the cooking. Now, first things first, we know that Djon Djon is mushrooms. They're mushrooms that are dried, so we know they came from the earth. So definitely there's gonna be some impurities in there. This is how I cleansed it. I just put some water in there and sort of steeped it a little bit with warm water, and then I gently poured the water out, making sure I was leaving all the impurities on the bottom. All right, because the minute you add water to it, it starts bleeding. It's pigment, which we don't want to waste. All right, and we're going to bring it to a rolling boil, and that's the next step. So really, if there are any more impurities, it's going to all be destroyed by the heat. All right, so let's bring it to a rolling boil. Now let's grind our aromatics. We're going to always add some salt to create that coarse surface to help us grind easily. I'm also going to add the bouillon now. I'll take these stringy parts of the thyme because we have been able to grind all the leaves off. Now, this has been ground to perfection. Now, obviously, you can grind your aromatics in a food processor or a blender. However, the volume, as you can see, is very little. It's too little to process it in a food processor or a blender. So you can use one of those cute little mortar and pestles, or you can use your blender. Now let's chop the onion. Diri Djon Djon is such a simple dish to whip up. We are all ready to cook. First, we're going to fry the onions in some olive oil and butter. On medium heat, first the olive oil, about a splash of that, followed by about 2 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, no salt because we already added the bouillon and the salt to grind our aromatics. We're just gonna sweat these onions, which should take about a minute. After which, the next step is to add the ingredients we ground, the aromatics right here. All right, make sure you scrape everything out and add it. Now, there is a name for this mixture, this concoction right here. There is a name for it. I know that because I heard them say it in French in some of the videos I watched. If you know the name of this green sort of marinade, please drop a comment. Now let's wash our rice. Time to add the lima beans to the mix. And cook that for about 30 seconds. This is a good time to go in with a splash of Maggi seasoning. Here comes the rice. All right, our Djon Djon is also ready. It has come to a rolling boil, as you can see. So we're gonna turn the stove off because there isn't much more extraction we can do at this point. And we're going to strain it right into the rice. Perfectly done. Now make sure you wring it out because the mushrooms are now very softened, so you can wring it out and get the most pigment out of it. And let me not omit the fact that it's also offering as flavor, earthiness, which has, I'm talking about the Djon Djon, friends. All right, like I said, it has a dawa dawa essence, in my opinion, all right, which is a unique savory flavor that is often described as earthy, all right, slightly nutty, and definitely umami rich. That's the vibe I'm getting from the Djon Djon. Being my first time and all, I wanted to make sure that I describe it the best way I am perceiving it. So before you try it, Sister Madame is surely going to give you the 411, all right? Let us check. I love the color on the rice, for sure. And the aroma, definitely earthy. That dawa dawa essence, very familiar to me. Since it's still moist, rice is almost cooked through, and that's one thing I love about basmati rice. I feel like it's a perfect choice for this dish because it cooks very fast, so the beans do not overcook. It's a good time now to go in with our green peas, still frozen. One thing I don't like to do is overcook green peas. All right, so you're just going to fold that in gently. We're gonna throw the lid back onto it and let it cook a further 5 minutes, and we'll be ready to serve. If you're just joining us, Nanabe's Kitchen is trying Diri Djon Djon for the first time. Diri Djon Djon is a Haitian rice and peas dish made with black mushrooms. And I was just describing the mushroom flavor. Definitely earthy. It has a fermented, pungent aroma. Very, very similar to fermented soybean products, all right? So, yeah, we served it with fish. So for the recipe, we're going to need 3 medium-sized red snapper fish. The fishmonger has already removed the scales and also gutted it. I just need to put some finishing touches on it, and let me show you how I go about that. First, I remove the fins with kitchen shears, which always does the job properly. And for the tail, I like to follow the shape of it for presentation reasons, just like so. Now in here is this bloody area I like to remove, right here. Your fish is going to have a better fragrance, a fresher fragrance if you clean this part out. So you go in with a blunt knife and just scrape it out. Okay, I'm gonna do that for all three. Take the juice of a lime or lemon and clean the gut area. A quick review of our ingredients are 3 cleaned red snapper fish, fresh green seasoning, coconut milk, and for our vegetables, have a leek, 1 russet potato, some bell peppers, onion. We also have, for heat and fragrance, 1 Scotch bonnet chili. For the spices and seasonings, of course, we have a pinch of salt to taste, tandoori masala, fish masala, white pepper crush, and onion and garlic granules. We will also be needing the juice of a lime or lemon. We are going to incorporate a little bit of thyme. Lastly, but certainly not the least, we are going to be needing some cooking olive oil or fat of choice. Okay, so we're going to pat our fish so it's not too slippery. It's harder to work with when it's slippery. So I'm just patting them off the excess water. And next thing we're going to do is score it. This way our seasonings and spices can reach the bone. So we're scoring the fish, and I like to score it all the way to the bone. So I stop when I feel the bone. And scoring is also an opportunity for me to make the fish look prettier. So I like to score it just like so. Flip and do likewise on the other side. This is ready to go. So now we have a beautiful dry rub. Now we're going to season it from the belly first. I like to do that just so I know that I have done that. It's important to season the belly so that way the fish gets seasoned from the inside out. And then I also like to open the scoring incisions and fill them up with a dry rub. Now we'll take some of our fresh green seasoning, which has garlic, peppers, scallions, and lots of parsley, and just smear the inside or stuff the inside, and pat some also on both sides. Get some of this fresh herbaceous garlicky essence on the fish before heat is introduced. Now I don't think we can show this fish any more love than we already have. Smells good, looks good, and ready to be cooked. We're going to prep the leek. I like to cut them into rings and then wash them afterwards. I love leeks in my savory dishes. They are amazing. They bring onion without really having onion. So if you're not an onion lover, try leeks. You might just love it. And I sprinkle some flour onto my leeks to clean them. Love them, but you have to clean them properly because in between the layers are a lot of impurities. Dirt, let's be specific here. Dirt, because it came from the earth. It's like onions, all right? So you want to separate those layers as you wash them. And what happens is the flour, it uses its density to pull all of those impurities to the bottom of the bowl. All right, you saw it. Gross. So yeah, we wash it very well, rinse it again, and then it's ready to be used. Prepping the rest of my ingredients, I have my onion and I'm just going to give it a quick chop. Now I'll also be chopping up my bell peppers, followed by my potatoes. My potatoes, I'm going to peel them, and then I'm going to also dice them. Rinse them well, and we will be ready to cook in no time. Enjoy the process, friends. Now, I almost forgot about the chili. The chili, this is a Scotch bonnet chili, by the way. I do not want any heat at all from it. I just really want its flavor, its essence. So I'm going to remove the seeds and the membrane inside it as well and give it a rough chop. And that is ready to go. So let's cook, friends. All right, for the sauce, we're going to need a few more ingredients. I have my chunky green chili sauce, which has ginger in it. And ginger is really necessary in this recipe. I also need some tomato paste, curry powder, because we're making a curry sauce, and some more tandoori masala. And we're going to begin the cooking on medium-low heat. First, pour in a very shallow film of cooking olive oil, and we're going to pan-sear the fish, all right? We're pan-searing. Now, make sure your heat is not too high. It has to be medium-low. Otherwise, you're going to burn all the good stuff you have on the fish, all right? And lay them in. Try not to let them be touching each other as much as possible so that we don't develop broth, all right? And then cook at least 4 minutes on each side. 4 minutes before flipping, and cook 4 minutes again on the other side, and the fish will be ready. All right, so we've flipped. We're gonna cook it some more on the other side, and then we'll take it out of the pan and set it aside for now. And then we'll start making the curry sauce. Yummy, full of vegetables and so much flavor. It's gonna get you dancing in that kitchen before the food is even cooked. Oh yeah, this was so good. And I really hope that you grab your ingredients, gather your ingredients, and get to cooking. Now in this flavorful oil, we pour in our diced potatoes. We're going to fry them until they are softened and almost golden brown. And then we'll go in with our tomato paste. That way we can start building on flavor and developing that curry. Now, after adding the tomato paste, we're going to cook it for about 2 minutes. Followed by the curry and the tandoori masala. Now, for tandoori masala, you want to go to an Indian shop close by, all right, in your vicinity there, and grab the best one they have. Ask, they'll tell you. All right, they always know. Okay, this one is from Zanzibar. My husband was recently there, and he brought me a whole bunch of goodies. Now, if you know Zanzibar, they have a spice market over there, and it's amazing. Now, I'm going in with all the rest of my aromatics and fresh produce that I prepped before. So I've gone in with the onions, the chili that I chopped up, as well as the thyme. Thyme goes very well with fish, by the way, because of that citrusy essence it has, that mild citrusy essence. And now I've gone in with my green seasoning. My green seasoning ingredients comprise garlic, flat leaf parsley, peppers, scallions, and chili. All right, so I cook that down for about a minute. Then I go in with my coconut milk. All right, we're making the curry sauce. Our coconut curry sauce is coming together right before your eyes. And let me tell you, the taste is phenomenal. Beautiful flavors. Beautiful, light, yummy flavors. Now let's season. After adding each layer, you want to taste. As you cook, you want to taste. You want to make sure your food is seasoned properly, all right? Now, seasoning is a matter of preference. So don't ask me the amount of salt I used, because what might taste good to me might not taste good to you. So taste as you go and adjust accordingly. Now, let's go in with all of our chopped bell peppers and the onions, all right? All right, and now fold it in. We do not want to overcook these vegetables at all. So we're just going to stir it to make it a homogeneous mixture. And then we're going to throw the fish in. Not really throw them. You want to be very gentle with this type of fish. Now I tasted again, and I realized I needed more seasoning. So I went in and seasoned to taste. Now I'm going to go in with the fish. And be very gentle with red snapper because it's very delicate, all right? They're too pretty. We don't want to tear them up. So yes, slide them in. Perfect. And oh, I love how they slid in beautifully. And then you want to go in with your fresh citrus juice. I'm using lime today, but you can also use lemon. Fish needs tartness. Simple as that. Try it. You'll love it. If you haven't tried it before, you must. You'll love it. Now throw the lid on and cook for just about 2 minutes. Done. And you will be serving shortly. And now, just feast your eyes on how beautiful this all came together. How beautifully this all came together. Just absolutely mouth-watering, yummy goodness, satisfying, comfort food next level right here. Enjoy it, friends. Yeah, so the Diri Djon Djon was sitting aside, just waiting patiently, and just look at that. A showstopper. Wow, what a beautiful dish. Let's plate our fish as well. Now, that right here, I could stop right here and just feast my eyes on it. I mean, what do you think? Drop a comment. But just look at this too here, right here. Oh my gosh. There was a little bit of crunch in those vegetables, so they offered that fresh crunch that you need. And let me tell you, there was sweetness from the coconut milk and from the bell peppers and onions. And oh, all those spices. Just, what is balance? This is balance. This right here is balance. My gosh. Yeah, I will pay good money for this plate of food right here at any restaurant that can actually put this together for me. Yeah, I'll pay. I think the only thing missing here is some fried ripened plantains. What do you think? Leave a comment. Oh, thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoyed putting this together, and I enjoyed the Diri Djon Djon. What an amazing dish. Friends, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you were inspired to try these lovely recipes. Make it a great day and have fun, especially in that kitchen. Happy cooking, and see you pretty soon on my next one.